Yes, my name is James Mountain and my job role is apprentice podiatrist. Yeah, so I'm on the podiatry apprenticeship. So this is a 3-year degree. It's split with going to university and spending time within the trust, working within the podiatry unit. So I'll be at university 3 days a week, and then in the trust 2 days a week. And then when university ends, I'm at the trust full time. So at university, obviously that's where I get all the teaching and some practical skills. And then when I come back to the trust, this is where I develop my practical skills and work with podiatrists so that I know what I will be doing once I complete the degree. Prior to this career I'm currently doing, I wasn't working in the health sector. I was working in the police. I'd come to a bit of a crossroads. I didn't really enjoy what I was doing, so I wanted to get into something else. And I came across podiatry because I was interested in health, and I do a lot of running, so I'm interested in movement and how the body works. So that's how I got into podiatry. And then when I was trying to look how I can do podiatry, I came across the apprenticeship program, and that's when I started to look on NHS jobs, and I came across an advertisement for Barnsley. So I applied for that and luckily got it, which I was pleased about, because when I left my career I was concerned about how I was going to still bring in income to, you know, pay for the mortgage, pay for day-to-day things while still get this degree. So the apprenticeship was a really good route, because it means you earn while you learn, and it's all paid for by the government. And then at the end of the apprenticeship, you are offered a job within the trust. So that was really appealing to me at the time, and so far so good. I'm really enjoying it and it's going well. Yeah, so my experience has been good so far. The mixture with going to university and working within the trust has been good, because it means I've been able to apply what I've learnt from university, and I can also draw on the experience of podiatrists and ask them questions, which has really helped me in my learning process. In terms of skills developed, I'd never worked in healthcare before, so I've learned, you know, how to dress wounds, care for patients, specifically podiatry related. I've learnt more about the biomechanics, how we can give patients insoles. I've learnt about diabetes and how that affects the foot. And it's been really good, and I'd say the trust and podiatry department has supported me doing this apprenticeship. I get my learning at university, but should I need extra help, the support is there. And as I mentioned before, because I'm working with podiatrists, I can draw on their experience constantly. So if I've got an assignment at university or I'm learning something new, I can always ask them for their help, and they're always there, willing to support me, which is a good thing and is a good advantage of doing the apprenticeship, because the students who are not doing that, whilst they can use the lecturers outside of that, they're just reliant on maybe people they know or doing their own research. So the apprenticeship is really beneficial for that. So as I mentioned, the support is there from the department I work in. If I need some extra time or I might be struggling, they will support me with my learning. For example, previously I have asked for more experience in nail surgery, because that's what we've been learning at university. We've been learning about how to apply local anaesthetics. So my manager was able to put me in more nail surgeries, which improved my knowledge and skills in that area. So that's the advantage of doing the apprenticeship and utilising the trust and your manager and the department to try and go into areas which aid your learning. So that's how the trust has supported me. I get the 3 days at university, so that's where I get my training and learning. That's where I do most of my learning. You do have to do additional learning outside of work hours, and you've just got to balance that with family life, extracurricular activities. You just got to be really organised. I'm in my second year now. In my first year, I maybe wasn't as organised as I could have been, but you soon adapt and realise what you need to do to get that time. So now I try to, if I can, just spend an hour each night or each evening going through my notes. On the occasional like weekend day, like a Saturday or Sunday, I might have to do some work if I've got an assignment coming up or if there's some exams. But you just have to factor that in. It's not every weekend, or you're not doing learning constantly. You just have to factor it in and be organised, and you can get it done. And the academic year is usually done by June time, so you then pick up again end of September. So you have got a few months off where you can kind of go through everything you've learned at a slower pace. So that's what I did at the end of the first year, and that put me in good stead into second year, because in my course, second year is a bit more intense. You're learning a lot, so I think that's really helped me this year, the fact that I spent a bit of time over the summer doing that extra learning, which puts you in good stead for the second and third years. Yeah, so the good thing with the apprenticeship is you guaranteed a job at the end of it. So hopefully once I qualify, I'll be a band 5 podiatrist. That's where I'll start at within the trust. So that would be my plan, to take the offer and to start my career within the trust. And then longer term, I would like to maybe specialise in biomechanics within podiatry. There's different sectors within podiatry. So you've got biomechanics, which is looking at the movement of the lower limbs and the feet, and how we can improve your movement to help you with any pain you may have. The other side is wound care. So a lot of patients with diabetes develop foot ulcers, which we treat in podiatry. But for me, I would like to longer term specialise in biomechanics, just because I have a background doing a lot of running and keeping fit, and that's what interests me more. So that's what I would look to do longer term. Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. It's a great way to get a qualification or a way of changing career and doing something new. I don't regret anything I've done. I think you just have to make sure that you're organised and you know what you're going into. You don't want too many big things going on in your life at the same time. I know when I first started, I was finishing renovating my house, and that was a bit stressful because you have to really manage your time. So that's just a word of warning. Don't have too many things going on at once because it is quite intense. In terms of advice that I'd give to somebody doing the apprenticeship, it would be just be organised, because your time is precious, because you're working alongside it and all the other things that go on in life. You just need to set aside that time to do the studying and try and be regimented and strict, so that you get that learning done, so you can get that qualification, because it is 3 years. It seems like a long time, but it does go quite quick. So you just have to have that in the back of your mind, that eventually you will be qualified. So a few years, hard graft, and then the rewards will come from it.